The 2016 Oscar nominations are out, and the lack of diversity is once again a flashpoint as no people of color were nominated in the Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, or Supporting Actress categories, and no films featuring African-American actors were nominated for Best Picture. Here with more details is WSJ reporter Erich Schwartzel in our Los Angeles bureau. Hi, Erich. Great to see you. Now, this is the second year in a row people are pointing fingers at the Academy for a lack of diversity in major categories, correct?
That's absolutely right. There were some really high-profile snubs. Straight Outta Compton in the Best Picture category was, overtaken by some smaller movies like Brooklyn and Room that were sort of on the bubble about getting into that upper tier, and eventually did. And then on the acting side, we have actors like Michael B. Jordan in Creed and Idris Elba from Beasts of No Nation, who were also left out of the running.
And now we know that Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences President Cheryl Boone had pledged to increase diversity efforts, but isn't the larger culture of Hollywood really to blame? I mean, no one can tell Academy voters how to vote.
You're absolutely right, and there have been efforts to make the membership more diverse, but I think it also comes down to what movies are being made. The Oscars are honoring the movies that are out each year, and I think a lot of critics would also say that they don't really have a lot of great options for what to choose from, and then that could be playing into what makes the final cut as well.
Now, you mentioned that Straight Outta Compton didn't receive a Best Picture nomination. It only received a Best Original Screenplay nomination. And again, that Idris Elba missed out on the nomination for Best Actor. He was fantastic in Beasts of No Nation. I saw him in that. That one really stings, too. Are those the ones that people are really pointing to?
Yes, absolutely. And, there was an acting nomination for the movie Creed, which was an extremely popular film, but it went to Sylvester Stallone and not its lead actor, Michael B. Jordan. So you have examples like that people are pointing to. Another sort of diversity issue that's come up is that a lot of the movies, yet again, are driven by male protagonists. We have a couple nominees for Best Picture that are really driven by women, like Brooklyn and Room, but movies like Carol, which has two really strong women at its core, Rooney Mara and Cate Blanchett, was left out of the Best Picture race as well.
Right, and I'd like to point out no women were nominated for Best Director either, so women didn't necessarily do so well there. Now, The Revenant led all films with 12 total nominations, including Leonardo DiCaprio for Best Actor. Do you think this is Leo's year?
Oh yeah, he should definitely be reinforcing the mantle. I mean, I think everyone knows that this is going to be his victory here, and The Revenant actually is coming on really strong to perhaps take Best Picture and then maybe Best Director as well, which would be the second year in a row for Inarritu to win Best Director. He won last year for Birdman as well. So it's really coming down between The Revenant and Spotlight.
Yes, he is certainly on a roll for sure. Now, we know that oftentimes the Academy seeks out those art house indie films, but Mad Max and The Martian did very well in terms of nominations, really mainstream commercial films. Did any of that surprise you?
Well, we all expected those two to make it into the race, but if you had asked us 6 months ago, would Mad Max be in the Oscar conversation, I don't think anyone was expecting that. I mean, this movie came out of nowhere. George Miller is a frontrunner for Best Director as well, and I think that this is also going to translate into maybe better ratings for the Oscar telecast. People tune in when they've seen the movies and they like the movies, and so if they know that The Martian or Mad Max or these movies that they really like are in the running, I think that will translate to more viewers too.
That's right. Well, I have yet to see it, so I guess I'm going to have to catch up and watch Mad Max. Erich, thank you so much for that.
You have a little bit of time. You'll be okay.